Hi fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur and this is episode 12 of the airflow and pressure differential comparison of 120mm fans. As always, I need to remind you that this is my anemometer or airflow meter, and unfortunately for the area setting on this, there are only 4 decibel places. I need 5 for it to be precise. So even though I've calibrated this against the Noctua A12x25, it's not good enough. Also, I can't afford to replace it with the setup that would allow me to give you more accurate results. You can see the video that I put up today talking about why fan testing is never perfect for a bit of a better explanation than I'm going to give on here. But actually, I'm not going to give an explanation. So because of the lack of precision of this device, the test results for airflow are inaccurate. There's a distortion. The good news is the distortion is consistent from fan to fan. I don't know at what point it starts. Other than that, it starts probably above 100 CMHs. I do know that it's consistent. So the higher it is, the higher the result is, the bigger the distortion is. So all numbers from that point onward are larger than they should be. I'm not a mathematician, so I have no way to correct for the error that's caused by this, and no money to replace it. It would probably cost me $1,000 to replace it with the equipment that I would need. And I'm not even talking about the really, really fancy stuff like that Aris of Hardware Busters has, or even what Gamers Nexus has, or maybe what Linus Tech Tips has, or any of the others. So without further ado, now that you understand, I can still rank the fans based on airflow. So the 5 fans that we're going to be looking at today, and I want you to not be too worried about what they look like right now, but please understand that these fans are just a single sample in most cases. The first one is the FSP CF14F, which is a 3-pin fan. The second one is the Rosewill, this is also a 3-pin RFBF-131411. And they're just plain black fans. Nothing exciting about them, but I'll show you. Let me just get one of them out. The box is pretty tight. Okay, so here's what it looks like. The next one is the Scythe Kaze Flex 140, which is, the model number is RF1425FD18P. This is only one of them. There are multiple Kaze Flex 140s and 120s and so on. This is the Silverstone Shark Force 140, or it's also SST-SF140B, which I believe the B is for black. These are kind of cool looking. That pattern you see is literally embedded into the blades. And then the last one, oh, by the way, the Silverstone and the Scythe and the Swiftech are all PWM. This is Helix 140BW. So what I'm going to do, as always, is I'm going to put the RPM test results up on the screen. I'd like you to look at that information, as well as the bearing types and other things like the diameter of the hub, the blade and fan frame design, the distance between the blades side to side, and so on and so forth. And make a guess in the comments as to which will be the worst for airflow and which will be the best, which will be the worst for pressure differential, and which will be the best. Save it, don't change it, because this is not a competition. This is just an opportunity for you to learn how to evaluate fans based on information that's available without doing tests, which isn't always going to work because some manufacturers don't give accurate results for one reason or another. So let me get that up on the screen. And you can see that the FSP is rated at 1,000, came in at 1170. The Rosewill is rated at 1,200, came in at 1,449. The Swiftech is rated at 1800, came in at 1750. The Scythe is rated at 1800 and came in at 1850. And the Silverstone is rated at 2200 and came in at 2200 exactly. So go ahead and pause now if you'd like to make some guesses, and then we'll continue to the airflow results. And here we can see, again, the FSP is the first on the list, the worst airflow, average airflow, 110.4. The Rosewill is above average at 142.8. The Scythe is obviously above average at 175.2. The Swiftech at 180. And the Silverstone is the best of the five at 237.6, which is significantly better than all the rest. So now we'll look at pressure differential. And again, the FSP is at the bottom with only 72 degrees of movement. The Rosewill, 77. The Scythe, 80. The Swiftech, also 80. And the Silverstone, 83. So I don't know how you did on your guesses if you actually bothered to guess. But let's take a look at and see how these stack up against all of the other fans. And we can see that for RPMs, that it's not looking too great. I'm going to have to fix the coloring on the other two columns. I accidentally deleted them. I don't know how I did that. But my head is a bit of a mess from my insulin resistance. Okay, Rosewill's on the second half, along with the Swiftech, Scythe, and Silverstone. So I'm going to have to fix this. Good golly. There, that looks much better. All right, let's take a look at pressure differential. And here we can see, again, the FSP is way up high on the list. 70s are okay, but the ones down here are doing better, with the Silverstone taking 4th place. That's pretty good. And the Scythe and Swiftech are not too far away, only 4 behind. So that's not bad. Let's take a look at airflow. And here again, we can see the FSP is very weak for airflow. The Rosewill, above average, not super amazing though, unlike the Scythe, the Swiftech, and the Silverstone. Silverstone this time is in 5th place. So that's pretty impressive. Now, I'm going to add in the other column, or of columns, I should say, a category, RPM. So I'm going to slowly go backwards from the worst, from the best to the worst. So if you're looking for something particular in terms of information, particular fans or whatever, you can find that. Just pause anytime you need to. I do have to point out that if you're hoping for more 140 millimeter fans, there's a problem. And that problem is quite simply that I can't afford to buy any more fans. And getting 140s from my donor site is very rare. So unless I get more from Silverstone, which is, kind of unfair for other companies, but whatever, other companies aren't exactly lining up to donate anything to me. And that may be, a couple of companies had not recently, but 3 months ago, I think it was, a couple of companies had offered to donate stuff. But then I said yes, and they just blew me off. And then my email was banned for TPCA on gmx.com. They said that there had been some kind of bad activity on there. It certainly wasn't me. I have no idea what happened. They wouldn't explain, but they banned it permanently, wouldn't let me have it back. So I had to change it to tpcea@protonmail.com. So maybe they were trying to contact me. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, so if you're hoping for more 140s, I suggest you donate some money. Get a manufacturer to send fans to me. Something like that, because otherwise it's just not going to happen. At least not anytime in the near future. I'm desperately short on money right now. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow. If you would like to help me and get something out of it by helping me on a one-time basis, you can go to my eBay channel, the PC Expert Amateur, where you can purchase the items that I have on sale there. There are lots of keyboards and mouses and some other items as well. I've got cable organizers with power supplies and a bunch of other stuff, a nice variety of things that I have reviewed in the past and I no longer need, and I need to make space. Plus, I also need the money. So if you want to do that, the information's on the screen.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.